Game number one, well, actually the only game, the only map in the best of one series here between Tempostorm and Panda Global. And Tempostorm, they don't waste any time. Khaldor is immediately banned out. They have, of course, like still a couple of hopes that they might get a shot at Tyrande here. It's very unlikely. Panda Global most likely going to ban her out now. And then we would have two of the strongest heroes in the current meta already eliminated. And there it is. The Tyrande hate is real and for good reason. She is just so damn strong these days. And Tempostorm is using the opportunity to do something that is very popular in the North American scene in general. Zagara is an amazing hero when it comes to lane control, vision on the map, and also like pushing power. Especially on a map like Dragonshire, you usually see her up at the top lane. She can secure with 2 creep tumors, very good vision, and is more or less secure against roaming, and usually is also able to claim one of the shrines for the team. So Zagara, very good first pick. Muradin and Jaina, without Tyrande, still pretty decent actually when it comes to stun lockdown into burst damage. So that's one of the things that Panda Global is currently trying to bring to the table, especially since Tempostorm already banned Khaldor out as one of the other mage heroes that we see here. And Tempostorm now does something that is extremely popular these days. Thrall is just so powerful right now and one of the most fought over heroes on a lot of maps. You don't always see him in the combination with Uther, but the Divine Shield of course is pretty amazing for any kind of melee assassin type. If you know that your healer still has that up, you can just go full ham and he will always have your back. We have Panda Global with a ban on ETC for the same reason, though. They look at that setup and they're saying, okay, they already have a Zagara. There's the Maw into Power Slide into Mosh Pit that we have to kind of deal with. There's also Uther that can provide the Divine Shield for ETC if he doesn't have to use it on Thrall. So there's just a little bit too much of combo potential that we see for Tempostorm here. Let's make sure that they don't get that opportunity and they ban out ETC. It also makes sense because Tempostorm hasn't really taken a frontliner yet, and Panda Global already locked down Muradin, and they also have the next 2 picks. There's a very solid ban here for Panda Global. And Tempostorm is doing something that you always see very early in the drafts, usually on the European scene. They go for an immediate ban on Falstad, who has, of course, the mobility on the map to really just like add an additional hero to any fight over the shrines, and has the mobility on the map to maybe even fly into the middle and sneak that Dragonite. We've actually seen that quite a bit, that Falstad player sometimes just like you go for the double shrine, Falstad flies out of the fight straight into the middle, takes the Dragonite, and takes it from there. So Panda Global could go for a Tassadar and Brightwing combination here. We've seen Tassadar a lot played as a solo support, but Tassadar plus Brightwing on Dragonshire can be quite powerful because you have not only the shields that you get with Kala's Embrace and also the Leeching Plasma, but also then the mobility on Brightwing herself. So that's one of the tools that you can use if you really wanted to. It depends a bit on how they want to go down with the rest of their setup. Another hero that of course would be really strong for both teams here is still Reyna. We have already a bit of range damage on both sides. Reyna would add a bit more on that though, and Panda Global is currently relying heavily on the cooldowns of Jaina. Kharazim is being played here together with Tassadar. That's another combo that you can go for if you want to have a double support, because Kharazim can be played as also a damage dealer, but still has pretty decent healing output. Team Liquid started all of this, and they use Kharazim with Iron Fist on level 1 and then go straight into talents that help him not only with his dash, but at the same time with mobility, overall damage. We have 100 Fists, for example, but he still has the ability to get quite some heals out there. There's a couple of hybrid builds also around for him that really help you with that too. And that's what they're kind of trying to do here. So Tassadar, not as a solo support, he gets one way or another a little bit of extra support from Kharazim. Tempostorm right now is in a position where, of course, they still need a frontliner. They could go into Arena if they really want to add a bit more auto-attack damage. Falstad is banned out. Vala is another option for them. And there's also, of course, Sylvanas to consider. As they're running a Zagara for pushing power, you could do that too. Their frontliner is Johanna in this case. I had a couple of options of what they could do here, but I personally really agree with the choice of Johanna here. She is just extremely powerful, especially as a potential solo tank in this setup. Uther can, of course, help out, but Johanna has usually the survivability so that Uther can focus his heals on a hero like Thrall. But a bit more range damage for Tempostorm would be maybe quite nice here. But they have already shown that they have a couple of like ace picks here for the last few picks, and that could be one of those games. Panda Global is definitely not a pushover team, and it's a bit more of a challenge than what we've seen Tempostorm face so far in the tournament. So that's one of the things that they have, of course, to consider here as well. But range damage is something that they could definitely add right now. They have a couple of options how to play this. Vala, Sylvanas, and Reyna are the 3 choices, and Reyna it is. The auto attack damage, the Hyperion, pushing power on Zagara with together also Sylvanas would have been an option, but Reyna is extremely solid, is very, very powerful. It's a great choice here for Tempostorm. Now Panda Global, They have the supports, but they really need a bit. Oh, they go for a Sonya for the damage. Now that actually brings us into an interesting situation, because Sonya, of course, is very powerful at the front, but that also could mean that Kharazim is going for a full heal build here, and that Tassadar maybe adds a few more damage talents. So there's a pretty cool dynamic of what we are seeing here. There's a couple of very nice ways how Panda Global can now like talent these heroes if they really want to add a bit more damage in. Range damage is mostly reliant on Jaina. We have, of course, with Tassadar also the ability to just use that Storm, but Jaina with that Blizzard will have to provide most of it. Sonya is going to provide quite a little bit of space for her, or at least should be able to do that. And we're also having, in the case of Kharazim, of course, another frontliner here too. So a pretty solid setup here for our best of 1 game on Dragonshire. We're going to jump in right away here at the semifinal between Tempostorm and Panda Global. The game is on! Semifinal number 1, Tempostorm versus Panda Global. And to the left side of the map here in Dragonshire, we have Tempostorm with Stray on Johanna, Goku on Thrall, Soldier on Reyna, KO on Zagara, and 6 on Uther. To the right side of the map here in the semifinal of the Enter the Storm Qualifier number 1 of Season 2, we have AKA Face on Kharazim, Big EMP on Jaina, we see Psalm on Sonya, Michael on Tassadar, and B-Kid on Mirrodin. So we have a pretty fun setup actually, and of course a couple of questions that we need to answer. And the first one is already answered. Level 1 talent for Kharazim is in this case indeed the healing talent. We have seen a lot of damage Kharazims in the past in double heal compositions or double support compositions. Iron Fist is a talent that is now viable after Blizzard buffed it a bit, and we've seen it especially in the European scene, but also in the North American taken. But now with the level 1 talents, we're also seeing Warpaint now on Sonya. So with Leeching Plasma, that would be insane leech that you get there. And on level 1, also now taken Deep Chill on the side of Jaina. A talent that got nerfed in the past. It originally had an increased slow from 25% to 35, but got nerfed down to 30. Still occasionally taken, even though Lingering Chill, ever since that happened, is a bit more popular, or has become more popular. Night Take Spawn on Johanna doesn't really surprise us too much, and we have a Chain Lightning build for Thrall. Oftentimes it's only the question of what you are skilling on level 7 that kind of reveals the build a lot, because level 7 gives you the opportunity to go into follow through. But for now, AKA Face dashing away on his Kharazim. Psalm already moving out there too at the top lane as expected. It is Zagara. She's going up against Tassadar here, trying to secure that top lane and also the top shrine. It's a great map, like one of the best battlegrounds that we have in Heroes of the Storm. You need a lot of coordination here if you play this map in competitive play. Very, very different, of course, from the experience that you guys might have in Hero League. But still, this is very, very solid. So for now, the shrines are up, and Goku is already up at the bottom, up to the top lane, as already predicted. KO is not hesitating and starts to claim the shrine immediately. There's no way for Tassadar to really contest Zagara here, at least not on his own. But in the mid lane, there's a bit of a battle happening with a 3 versus 3 situation. Psalm now moving away on his Sonya. Straight back down to the bot lane, where Goku is attempting to get that shrine, but the red team is just saying, like, forget it, dude. Not gonna happen. Zagara already has the top. We need to secure at least one, or we're going to be under constant pressure in the mid lane. And they're going to try and avoid this, of course. Up to the top, we have already a couple of creep tumors here. Tassadar, of course, with his Oracle is trying to make sure that they are not going to be there for long to deny vision. But as long as they are in place, Zagara has a great shot of seeing roams coming in and then moving away. Snowstorm level 4 for Jaina, not really a surprise there. We have Leeching Plasma indeed taken. Sonya is going to be very happy about that talent, and Goku is being focused here, but Soldier already pushing them away. Everybody rotating in to make sure that Thrall is not dying just yet. So job well done, at least for now. 2 focus attack, one of Sonya and the other one on Reyna. Lockdown attempt against Jaina. She's trying to get away, is able to move out. Cone of Cold saving her there in the last second too. On level 4 now after the original Chain Lightning talent. Now right, the Lightning also taken. Still a little bit of pressure play in the mid lane. Johanna with the Laws of Help has the extra sustain here. And it is still a game without a single kill yet. So both of the teams very cautious. It is the semi-final. They want to move on to the finals, of course. It's all about getting those points for the standings, trying to qualify for the playoffs. We are in the first qualifier out of 8 though. But both of the teams are very, very eager to make sure that they are getting a good head start into the season. 6 with the channel interrupted in the last moment. He's trying again though. So much pressure now already on them, and the Dragon Knight for Tempostorm. And they are moving into the mid lane as we speak, trying to take down not only the wall but maybe even move up to the top and take down a second. Very unlikely that they can take a keep in this case, or a fort. Usually that's only an option if you have a Sylvanas in your setup, But of course, the problem that they are facing is that still a 3 versus 3 situation up in the mid lane. We have up at the top still Zagara doing her thing, and she's really starting to put a lot of pressure onto the wall here, already draining both of the towers of ammunition. And with the 2 towers gone over here, level 7 is now in the hands of Tempostorm, and the rotation to the bot lane has happened. 6 is there with the Dragonite. It's an early one though, very low in hit points already, but we have now with the level 7 talents the questions answered that we asked earlier. The level 7 talent not follow through on Thrall. He goes into a Wind Fury build instead, going straight for Wind Shear here on level 7. Double battle momentum, by the way, taken. 1 on Zagara for the extra damage, especially thanks to the Hunter Killer then later on in the game when the Brood expansion hits on level 16. And of course also Johanna here will be able to get a few more spells out during these fights too. Yeah, in the case of Karazim, we have a full heal build for him, and it is actually double support that is being played here. No damage challenge for Tassadar yet either. Sometimes, at least at the beginning, we saw some Tassadar players try to go into something with static charge on level 7 and still go into Archon if they had a second support in, but try to at least supply a couple of shields. You can do that. It is not really all that common though. It's very rare that we see a build like that, but there are a couple of things that you can adjust if you really want to. But right now they are running it with a double support here, going even for the ferocious healing, and that's something that Sonya she could have actually gone for follow through in this case. That would have been an option for her, considering that she's being supported by 2 supports, has Warpaint on level 1, Leeching Plasma, and then also Karazim, who has of course still the option to go into a Divine Palm on level 10, even though especially on the North American server it's much more likely that we are going to see the 7-sided strike. But with a Sonya you could go Divine Palm. I mean, it's a hero that really wants to be deep in the fight, in the front line, in the middle of the opponent's team, and having a panic button in such a situation is always nice. Then again, you're running with the shields already, and you have Karazim to assist her, so there's quite a lot to sustain here in these battles. But for now, the problem that we are seeing for the Pandas are that they will head up against level 10 abilities very, very soon. Tempostorm is doing a great job here. The top lane is pressured, the bot lane too, level 10 any second now. I mean, just look at Zagara taking on the first tower, go for the second. Tassadar just has no chance against this, and here come the level 10 abilities with a Blessed Shield, more Divine Shield, Sundering, and the Hyperion. So great talents for them, a small window of opportunity in which they can maybe take a few additional camps. It's unlikely that they can really go for a team fight with a level 10 advantage. At least the Panda should not be caught on the map in such a situation. Usually when your opponent hits level 10, you are starting to play a bit more passive, which opens up camps and objectives for the opponent's team on the map. But now we have 10 versus 10, and as predicted, the 7-sided strike for Karazim. Wrath of the Berserker from Psalm, they're moving in, they go for Ultha. Divine Shield keeps him alive. Of course, we have the Force Wall for Tassadar, and here comes the move against Goku. The slow Sundering is being used. Srey that also uses Blessed Shield. Goku is still on the run. Thrall, the War Chief, Green Jesus, he gets away. Here comes the 7-sided strike, but Srey is as well surviving in this case. Job well done by him. Top lane pressure again with KO going for the Shrine in the middle of the map. A short opportunity for a soldier to get the Dragonite, but immediately the Shrine at the bot lane was taken by the team in red. Panda Global, they made sure that this wasn't happening. Once again, Goku in a bit of trouble, eats that Storm Bolt to the face. I mean, it's not like Thrall didn't already need a dentist, but after that, he definitely is in need of one. Srey and 6 are now moving in too, and that means we are fighting a 3 versus 3 at the bot lane. The Divine Shield is down for another 40 seconds, so that makes it a bit of an awkward battle here. Goku cannot commit as much as he would like to, but now they turn it into a 4 versus 3, and with a numeric advantage, they're starting to isolate one of the heroes. Psalm moves in now too from the top lane or from the mid lane, and also hits that Wrath of the Berserker again. A lot of pressure play that we're seeing at the bot lane. Up to the top, Zagara more or less defeated Tassadar and pushed him back completely. He's starting to rotate over now too, and we're having Tassadar already in the middle of the map. Zagara just gets a bit more time here, can at least take down that well, and therefore take a bit more of the pressure away, and that's exactly what she's currently trying to do. Mid lane, 3 versus 3 again. Not a single kill in this game, by the way. Not a single kill yet. Both of the teams playing a very cautious battle here. It's only understandable, since it is, of course, a semifinal. But we're 8 minutes in, and we don't have a kill yet. We've seen some of the games today end in 8 minutes time, but in this case, it's definitely not going to happen. Level 12 versus level 11. B-Kid at the bot lane, together with Jaina, Karazim, and also Sonya. But Zagara, she's doing work. And now that the well is about to fall, the situation for Tassadar is going to be even worse. I mean, he won't even have an opportunity to self-sustain him here with the well. The bot lane pressure is still on. Let's not forget that we still have an experience advantage for Tempostorm. It's pretty important here. If they hit level 13, they might just have the time to get that second shrine and sneak in a Dragonite before the opponent hits the extra talent. Already, Srey is starting to go for one of the camps. Well, smart move there too, so they can make that happen. You can see that Zagara is actually playing this a little bit safe at the top lane because she expects a roam to come in, and that's exactly what's actually going on. There's one creep tumor. Michael is already trying to move it away, but KO, he's going to see what's happening there in just a few seconds. But this mercenary camp is now going to put additional pressure onto the bot lane, and we already have Thrall in position. Top lane has now been taken over, though. Michael had the assistance from the rest of the team and could get the shrine here, and that allows now Panda Global to get the experience for level 13. But we already have Hold Your Ground for Johanna, for Tempostorm. We are seeing Grace of Air taken. We have Giant Killer, Mutalisk, and Shrink Ray as the talents on level 13, and another camp stolen away. As mentioned before, thanks to the talent, they have a slight advantage over the opponent, and they use it to steal the camps. So 2 of the camps taken. Zagara in trouble at the top lane. KO is attempting to move away. 13 versus 13 talent, and a 6 is moving in. They now have at least a chance to keep Zagara alive. Would have been an easy move down to the bot lane. On the other hand, here comes Hyperion, committed to take down the fort, but already the pressure player Sonya is attempting to push them back, doing a decent job at it, but it looks like we could see the kill against the keep or the fort. Not quite, but it's close, and BK and Mirrodin also in a bit of trouble. Still no kill, 10 minutes in. These guys are extremely careful right now how they are approaching the game. And this is one of those games that is really just like on razor's edge until it completely breaks. And let's see which team is going to get the head start here. Level 13, 14 for both of them. Here comes the attempt to go in. Sundering used the kill against Jaina. They get it. Double shrine in the hands though of the red team, but it looks like they're going to lose another one. Oh, the Divine Shield keeping Thrall alive. They're getting the Condemn in. Michael is moving away just barely with Prescience here. And now they are trying to turn it around, but it's not looking good. They start to push for 4. Tempostorm is going deep now, and they really put the pressure in. Jaina down for another 9 seconds. Already the move into the mid lane as both of the shrines are now in the hands of Tempostorm, and they go for the Dragonite, and they are going to get it easily. Here comes DK number 2, and he's moving into the middle of the map. It's up at the top lane. KO goes up against Sam. Zagara versus Sonya, and she's doing well. Mid lane pressure now as the DK goes in for the kill against the fort, and let's not forget the one at the bot lane is extremely low. They can take it anytime they want, and that will give them even more experience. 1 kill against 0. The punt against Sonya. She's already back. Moving in again on that disc and trying to get another kill in. But here comes the punt, and that's a shitty position for AKA Face to be in. He's trying to dash away. Reyna goes down. That's the killer they were looking for. They killed Johanna. Great play by Panda Global. Another punt into the tower range. And that could be the stun. Even more damage hit. What about Zagara? She could go in, but the Mystical Spear is still a thing. Another punt. B-Kit is in the structures. And the shield keeping Sonya alive. Zagara with a quick maul there, but it's still a 5 versus 3 situation. And even, wow, the Sundering. Goodbye, Sonya. She's a goner. Look at those hit points. Everybody is so low here. Goku! Goku! Oh, the shield. Oh, Tacita is also getting away. The move misses. Divine Shield is in. Chain Lightning. It's unbelievable. The Force Wall saving them. Goku is trying to go for the kills. The shields are still there, and they all get away. Unbelievable. It looked like one Chain Lightning could have taken down 3 heroes at a time here, but as is, they all get away, and Tempostorm, they only get a single kill out of all of this. Great job here by Karazim and also Tacita to keep everybody alive. And at some point you couldn't even see the hit points anymore, and suddenly that shield saves a hero like Sonya. She got killed eventually, but still, that was crazy stuff that we just saw there. 16 talents now in for Tempostorm. We still have that fort at the bot lane alive, by the way, and both of the teams are now finally in level 16 with a bullseye on the side of Reyna. We have Giant Killer, here's the Tempest Fury, Holy Renewal, apparently Johanna just saying, hey, I need a little bit more sustain in these fights, and I don't really want Uther to waste his Divine Shield on me, so more sustain it is. The Brood expansion after Mutalisk is now also in play with the Battle Momentum on level 7. She's going to have incredible damage here in the game. Benediction, of course, making the life of Uther also a bit easier, and on the opponent's team we have now, after the Prescience, the Dimensional Warp for the extra safety net for Tacita, also Stone Form. Great survivability, and of course the circle of life here for Karazhan, considering that we have 2 more melee heroes with him. Lockdown attempt already though against Stray down here at the bot lane. Camp stolen away too. Tempostorm is definitely in a bit more trouble than they originally thought. It's a great game that we're seeing here. Hero damage, by the way, we're having on Zagara at this point, 19,000. Hasn't really participated in too many fights yet. We've seen her a lot at the top lane going up against Tassadar here. 34,000 currently on Reyna and 37 even on Thrall. Just showcasing once again why the melee assassin is such a great hero. Rotation down to the bottom of the map where we have 5 heroes for Panda Global. They're going in. Top lane Shrine has been taken by Zagara. Bot lane by Panda Global, and they're trying to go for it again. They secure themselves experience by dropping one tower after another. And they still have 2 of those Siege Giants alive. Once again, they move in, and at the front line, we're seeing Sonya going for the Wrath of a Berserker once more, but Stray moves back in time, down to half HP though. Zagara has a lot of time up at the top lane to push these lanes in on the other hand, and that's a big problem right now for the red team. They have 5 heroes at the bot lane, and they need to make a bit of a pressure play, but the defense so far has been pretty solid. Sonya not able to lock a target down together with Jaina. They're going in for the fort though, trying to at least trade against Zagara at the top, and they're going to get that trade. There's of course always those pre-shields that we're seeing from Michael Uldal on his Tassadar. Always getting just those shields in, pre-stacking them as much as he can. Zagara still pushing that camp in, or help that camp out, and is rotating into the middle, trying to catch up with the rest of the team, as they have a bit of trap set up at the bot lane. Zagara not risking anything though. KO moving towards the left and trying to meet up with the rest of the setup here. But this is the fight that they've been waiting for. Psalm is nearly down. Sundering already used. Reyna is using the Hyperion, and they're going in the shields again on the Sonya. They go in and the kill, maybe. No, it's Jaina that dies first, but Sonya is low, and AKA Face has to dash away. Muradin, he's trying to keep him alive, but there's no way of that happening. Double kill for Tempostorm, and it looks like it's going to be Dragon Knight number 3 for them. They already go for the channel down at the bot lane for the Shrine, and in the middle we are having Tassadar still trying to at least take down a few of those creep tumors, but let's face it, he won't be able to really deny the DK to Tempostorm. They go for it again, and Soldier is locking it in this time. He's switching over to Thrall, and that makes a lot of sense. I was just about to say that it might not be the smartest idea to get one of the best damage dealers, range damage dealers that they have into the Dragon Knight. Instead, it is the melee assassin. Always a good choice to go for the melee assassin with the Dragon Knight, and now they can have him at the front with the rest of their setup. Johanna is going to help with the peel, and then we have from the backline Reyna just getting those all attacks in and firing shots quite literally. He's currently at 47,000 damage, 51,000 on Thrall, and we're seeing still, well, Zagara was pretty solid, but for her, of course, it's more about the siege damage in this game than anything else. She's been pushing lanes like 6 days to Sunday, 2 kills against 4 right now, and we have level 20 ready, and that means for Reyna, Nexus Frenzy. Together with now also Giant Killer and those Seasoned Marksman stacks, this is going to be an absolutely brutal play here, especially against heroes like Sonya and also Muradin. Double Bowl of the Storm for Thrall and also Zagara. We're seeing Redemption for Uther, and we have Johanna with Indestructible as a level 20 talent, and with half a level missing for the opponent, Tempostorm XX exploiting the situation as much as they can. Hyperion again, they are not content with the first keep in the mid lane. They want to have another one as well, and they go straight into the bottom lane now. Take down keep number 2. Double keep eliminated. Level 20 is now also ready for Panda Global, and that means, first of all, Bolt of the Storm for Jaina, giving her a bit more survivability. Rewind for Tassadar. He can basically keep himself alive now until until forever, basically. Just using that rewind together with Prescience and Dimensional War, but those shields are of course pretty cool as well. Rewind for him here, not really a talent that you see too often. Every now and then it pops up, but he has a couple of alternatives that are pretty solid. The Storm Shield would have been nice here too. We're having at the same time now though also Transgression taken for Karazhan, and that of course is going to help him to maybe like drop one of those frontliners. If they get a good lockdown against Johanna, they might be able to eliminate the tank before the fight really starts. And it's also the survivability that's really important here for heroes like Muradin and Sonya, thanks to those 2 hardened shields, even though of course in the sense of Sonya it has a bit of a different name. Ignore Pain, because you can use it while whirlwinding, which is kind of important actually. So for now we have down to the bot lane, another camp taken with 20 versus 20. It's once again a fight on eye level, so that's one of the things that you have always to consider here. This is really the time to start a turnaround if they ever want to make it happen. We have another camp taken out to the right side for Tempostorm. The only keep that they haven't taken down yet is the one at the top lane. Uh-oh, that's a problem though. Here they come, and they go straight for Zagara. And oh, he gets away for now, but there's no tank for them. The blink, the bolt of the storm is saving her, and Karazim is looking pretty silly using his transgression. Well, it doesn't really have the highest cooldown. He's going to be back in 40 seconds, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, that bolt of the storm brought her safety, and she waited for a long time before using it, making sure that all of those heroics were out, especially, of course, the force wall being the threat here. The teams are now heading over to just de-push those mercenary camps that have been taken by the opponent. Bot lane already de-pushed, same that we're seeing up at the top, but the towers have suffered quite a bit of damage, and that keep is basically up for grabs if they get a push in. Let's also not forget the next Dragon Knight is going to be part of the game in just another 2 seconds. So we are going to see another opportunity to finish that game. And as those things scale with time, it could be the attempt of Panda Global to get the first Dragon Knight and turn it around. Oh, damage against Goku. Thrall, Divine Shield for him. He tries to turn it around against Sonya, and the kill in the face. Well played here. Transgression used a lot of damage on Karazim. Well done. Uther down. He has redemption. Sonya still with Indestructible is moving away already. Tazada is going in, trying to help out here a little bit. Shields everywhere. And Jaina running away from the creep. Sonya is down now. 2 ice block. Oh, ball on the storm. Jaina alive, but 3 heroes down, and B-Kid also about to die here. Here comes, oh, Reyna, he's trying the stun and the kill. They go for core, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is game. A great match. Panda Global defeated eventually, but what a game that we've just seen. Great play here by Tempostorm. They are successful. They move on to the finals of the first qualifier for Enter the Storm Season 2. Good job, well played, GG, and congratulations.
Okay, everybody, that's it for the day. We had some really fun games here, and I hope that you enjoyed them and also the commentary. Of course, we're going to have more Heroes of the Storm action on the channel in the near future. So if you enjoy the esports scene, Heroes of the Storm, make sure that you hit that subscribe button on Khaldor TV and also like the video if you haven't done that yet already. There's going to be more European games. We're going to have more North American matches as well. And of course, if you're interested in the Chinese Heroes of the Storm esports scene, I'm going to have more games on the channel as well in the near future as those leagues start again. At the same time, though, if you have friends that are also interested in esports and in Heroes of the Storm, make sure that you forward the channel to them and share it with them. It was a pleasure casting for you today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, as I already mentioned, and I hope to see you next time for more Heroes of the Storm action here on Khaldor TV. See you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.